Alright, hey guys. I just wanted to make a quick video to help people out with Terry's input moves. I threw out a cool graphic yesterday about with just all of the inputs on it and how to do each of them, which I'll put on the screen here in a second, and I'll link it in the description as well. But there are a lot of people who have been wondering how I do those inputs in combos and kind of get them up to speed. And I have a few tips and tricks that I think might help people out. So I'm just going to go through these inputs one by one and talk about how I do them and what sort of things you can do in combos to make them easier on you. So obviously Power Wave is just Power Wave. No commands there. We don't have to worry about that. We've got Burn Knuckle, which is just quarter circle forward. And depending on whether you hold it, it's faster if you don't hold it. Comes out faster, I believe, anyway. And then if you hold it, it's stronger, but it takes a little bit longer to come out. You don't see this in combos too often, except for potentially at later percents. And what I will do for this is I will down tilt. I guess I should go over my controller layout. I use the C stick for almost everything that I do. All of my aerials I use the C stick, and all of my tilts I also use the C stick, which makes it very hard for me to misinput these special moves. For example, if I try and do fast fall back air with the A button, it's just going to give me input crack shoot. So because of that, I use the C stick for almost everything. And I highly recommend this for other people playing Terry as well. It'll just eliminate all those silly misinputs that happen when you're trying to do things. So I do, for example, if I wanted to do down tilt burn knuckle, which is a pretty good combo later on, what I do is I down tilt, I input the whole burn knuckle quarter circle forward while the down tilt is happening, and then I press and hold A. So if we slow it down a little bit, I can kind of show where I do things. So while this down tilt is happening, as soon as I'm in the animation for the down tilt, I'm inputting the quarter circle forward. So quarter circle forward is already, oh, it's a little bit awkward with it slowed down. Maybe it's actually easier just to do it at full speed. But yeah, as soon as I press down tilt, I already have this quarter circle forward inputted. And then I'm reacting to whether the down tilt connects with the A button. If the move doesn't connect, I just don't press A. No input comes out because I was buffering it while the down tilt animation was happening. And if they do get hit by the down tilt, I just press A. Right? So the idea for a lot of these special moves is just going to be that you want to be pressing or doing the input way before anything else is happening. Crack shoot, there aren't too many combos into crack shoot, or too many that I've found that I like. This kind of works, and it's a cool setup, but yet again, if you're trying to wait until after this second jab finishes to input the quarter circle back, you're gonna have a lot of trouble with this. So the easier way to do it is as soon as you start inputting your jabs, you input the quarter circle back. So you can do it as soon as you input jab 2. As soon as you press A for jab 2, you do quarter circle back, and then you just press A afterwards. Power dunk is the same thing if you're doing jab power dunk. A lot of what I do is when I'm doing jab 2, as soon as I hit jab 1, I'm already holding forward on the control stick. You can see that doesn't change anything while I'm in jab 1-2. It just, pushes me forward slightly. And then all you have to do is swing your control stick down and then swing it back up to the forward position. And then that's a really easy way to get that power dunk. Rather than trying to wait until after jab 2 is over and then doing the whole input, it's possible, but it's a lot easier just to input that power dunk forward, down, diagonal forward, the dragon punch motion, and do that while your jabs are happening, so that if they somehow fall out of your jabs or your jabs don't connect, you don't have to commit to that move immediately after. And then you can just react to your jabs connecting and press A for the power dunk afterwards. This also helps in like combo situations, where if I'm doing like something like, let's say nair power dunk, while I'm doing this second nair, I'm already inputting this dragon punch. As soon as I've already committed to using that other nair, I'm doing that dragon punch. If I decide I don't want to use it, I just, you know, don't have to press A and then nothing happens because I'm in the lag from nair. But the idea is you want to do that input, buffer it way beforehand so that you can kind of make that decision on the fly. And then in that situation, if I happen to change my mind, I can do nair, nair, and I already have that dragon punch inputted there. The only difference there is I just didn't press A. You can't see that I'm doing anything crazy for that input, but it's because I'm doing it while I'm using the nair. I'm gonna save Rising Tackle for last just because it's a little bit different. But if we go to his super specials, it's the same idea. These ones you have to be a little bit faster on because just with how like big the input is. I definitely recommend using the like simplified versions of these, just because if you're trying to do the whole input, it's actually like a lot harder. But for example, I've had a lot of people ask about this up tilt Geyser. Oops. And the way to get it this fast and this consistent is if you're thinking about this up tilt Geyser and you're trying to kill with it, every time you up tilt, you may as well put in the input for Power Geyser. So like there, I have the input for Power Geyser like buffered. You see, it doesn't look any different than a regular up tilt. Terry just kind of like moves forward, up tilts. But the difference is here, I have the Power Geyser input buffered the whole time. So if I see my up tilt connect, all I have to do is press A, and the Power Geyser comes out. So to all of the people who like can do these moves in like, you know, just in neutral and just use them, what I think will help to get them up to speed with combos is just to make sure that you're putting them in as soon as you can and buffering those as soon as whatever other option starts, and then just reacting to whether that option connects. So yet again, up tilt, as soon as the up tilt starts, input the move, and then just press A if you see the up tilt connect. Just like that. In the situation where like Mario's a little bit too far, I can input this, and if you do it and you see it not connect, you just don't press A. Or if you do it fast enough, you can even do the hold input. You can do up tilt Power Geyser, and because the up tilt doesn't connect, it won't cancel, and you just get the up tilt and you stay safe. If you're a little bit too slow, it might do it, but that's where kind of just like practice and grinding comes in. And then Buster Wolf, it's a similar thing. I know this combo isn't super consistent, but if you're going for this F tilt Buster Wolf, the idea to get this so fast in between the F tilt and the Buster Wolf is as soon as you start the F tilt, you just start doing the down forward for Buster Wolf. So F tilt happens, I already have it buffered. You can see that nothing happens as far as Terry afterwards, because I'm buffering it while that F tilt is happening. And then if I decide I want to go for it, I just press the A button and finish it. This will really help for the extended combos and stuff too. This is this sort of combo is obviously something you're not going to pull off very often in tournament, but like if you're doing something like that, it'll make that a lot more consistent. And now I'm messing it up, but maybe we'll cut this out in production. No, we won't. Yeah. Or if we want to end it with Buster Wolf. There. But as I said, that's a little bit inconsistent. But the idea is you just want to make sure that you're buffering those inputs as soon as you can. Yeah, that doesn't really work at that percent. Yeah, I'll go on to Rising Tackle. This is a type of move we haven't really seen in Smash before, these like charge input moves. So, of course, you can just use up B, and it'll give you, you know, a certain amount of height, whether you hold it or not. But then you also have the charge. So you're supposed to hold down. The number of frames you have to hold down for is 24, and then it'll hold that charge for 8 frames even after you've let go of down, and then you can press up in A or up in B to do this this Rising Tackle with the invulnerability. So I'll go to frame advantage just to show you guys. So we're holding down. It'll be about 24 frames. I'm not going to count out the 24, but we'll just get it to, we know it's been at least 24. And then you can let go of down, and for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we'll do it on the 7th frame just to be safe, but I can press up in A and I'll still get the EX version of this. You can tell with the spin there, I still get the EX. So the idea there is you don't have to like immediately do Rising Tackle. You can let go for a second and then you can do it. It just has to be within those 8 frames. Also, you can charge while in shield. The easiest way to do this is, for me, I hold shield and then a special button. So I hold shield with R and then I press B. And then when I press down, it won't let me spot dodge. So I can charge by pressing down and getting that, which is really nice. You can also charge during spot dodges. Oops. Which, you know, you just spot dodge, hold down, and then you come out with it, which is cool. You can also charge in the air. This is a little bit riskier, but if you're playing against somebody who you know wants to come off stage and edge guard you, characters with swords, characters with like good aerials off stage, like Inkling, Joker, Peach, you know, that sort of thing. What you can do is if you're sent out really far, you jump back, you air dodge, hold down while you're air dodging, and then after your air dodge is done, those 24 frames have gone through, and you can just press up in A or up in B to get the Rising Tackle with the invulnerability. So again, the reason you do this air dodge is so that you don't just like fast fall and die. Because if you're here and you fast fall it, it's like that works, but it's a little bit more risky, right? You could also do this by holding down while you're in the first arc of your jump, so you can't fast fall, because you can only fast fall once you've reached the peak of your jump. So as soon as I jump, I start holding down. Now I have this charge. So it's something to fool around with off stage that might give you a little bit more safety. And then of course you have like combo situations. Like if I were to do down throw, up air, Rising Tackle, how I'm doing this is as soon as I start this down throw and I press down on the control stick, I'm holding down, then I jump and do the up air with the C stick whilst continuing to hold down. Holding down this whole time, right? So you do the down throw, you jump, do C stick up air, and then you just press up and A afterwards and cancel that up air into the EX Rising Tackle. It's not a huge difference in terms of damage. Like 47 there. Let's see how much it is with EX. Oops. And it's actually like a lot more difficult with the C stick, or sorry, with doing the EX. Yeah, so it's about a 10% difference. So getting that down is something that is important. It's still something I'm working on myself because I'm not super used to charge inputs either. But it's something to think about. Or like another example, if you were doing like falling up air. Oops, it's awkward on Mario. Yeah. So that's the same idea. As soon as I do this falling up air, I'm holding down, and then I do up tilts into EX Rising Tackle. So There's a lot of different things that go into Terry's inputs. He's definitely tough. A lot of these inputs, if you're not used to just doing the quarter circle backs, the quarter circle forwards, all of these sort of things, it's going to be tough to get used to them, and it's going to take some time in the training mode and just getting those inputs down. But if you can do those inputs and you're just struggling with speed, then I would just really try and get you to start buffering those as soon as possible, because they aren't as stressful for speed if you start doing them in the middle of the move beforehand. So I think that's my one piece of advice that I think would help the most. Besides that, using C-stick for most of the other stuff will also help, because you don't have to go from pressing A and forward for forward tilt into immediately doing something else, right? If you're doing that with the C-stick, you have your hands free to do you have your control stick free to do whatever input you're looking at. So that's another small thing that'll help. If you guys have any questions, make sure to leave them in the comments. I'll be making I think a video tomorrow on how to recover with Terry. A lot of people have been talking to me about how bad his recovery is, and I want to go over a quick video tomorrow and just talk about that, because I actually think he has a really, really good recovery. But we can talk about that tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and follow me on my socials for more Terry guide info. Thanks so much.